Hello to all my friends out there. Hi you guys, I hope everyone is doing okay. I'm down here in San Diego, which is only about 200 miles away from LA. That's been hard hit by the coronavirus. And there was some long lines at the food banks there. That's worrisome. So I was thinking today really the most helpful thing I can do is tell you guys what I do. So what I'm doing is I'm staying inside because they've told us to stay inside. We can go out if we need something, if we really need something, and get it at the store. And so what I do, I don't do a big shopping trip. I just dash in and get one or two things that I need. And I told you guys I couldn't get much flour. So today I found flour at Walmart, but we were only allowed to get one bag. So I got a big bag of gold medal premium flour. And so that's good, but still, 10 pounds is not going to last that long if there is none. So I'm making a Mexican cheeseburger macaroni and cheese. So I fried one hamburger because it's just for me. And now I need a little margarine because I want to make some white gravy. What I did is I bought hamburgers at Ralph's. I bought the cheap ones, 16 for $8. So they were like 50 cents each. And I bought this flour at 99 cents only. So I used to make this all the time, not exactly like this. There's more to the actual recipe, but I just want a little macaroni and cheese tonight with some of my hamburger, because what I'm doing is I'm using up all my half-eaten packages. And I don't know, a couple months ago, so I just want to stir my flour around because you guys have seen me make white gravy a zillion times. Very easy to make. This is the same way you can make macaroni and cheese with no hamburger, but this will stretch your meat. And about a month ago, I bought 10 of these packages for $1.99 of powdered milk. They're expired, but they're still okay, and I'm really glad I bought them. The lines are horrible in LA for food. You could drive down to the food bank here. People in or in San Diego are probably saying, "Don't say that." But if you really needed food and you were in these lines miles long, it might be the thing to do, to drive down to San Diego if you have the money. Which, if you don't have any food, you might not. I would say if you're running really, really low, you're going to have to do what you have to do. You can't be worried about what the neighbors are going to think or what the guy down the street is going to think, because they have their own problems, So I want to talk to you guys about some of the ways I earn money. Okay, right now, I'm selling stuff on eBay. I had stuff last week listed, but I thought it was too dangerous to go to the swap meet. And I thought, well, you can always sell the stuff. You don't have to sell it now. If it's not safe, don't go. But also the swap meet eventually will open back up, and I have jewelry on that I sell at the swap meet. So what I did at one time is I bought junk jewelry by the tons. And so these little bracelets and necklaces, now sometimes I have the option to sell these for 25 cents each, or I could hang on to them because it might not be easy to find stuff. You know, who knows what's going to happen. So I would price this stuff at $3 each or 2 for $5. So these little bracelets, even though they're used, are easy to sell. See the little, they look very cute on the young girls. I have, where is it? Oh, I guess one fell off. I had 3 of them. I had some kind of green one. I don't know what happened to it. And then these necklaces, too, are kind of the same. I can sell them for $1 each if I really need the money. You know, it depends. Sometimes I just want to get rid of the stuff so I don't have to bring it back home. Okay, so now I got this food at the food pantry. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to make this, in case you go to the food pantry and they give you cheese. Now, when I went to the Senior Resource Center, not this last month, the month before, they actually gave us about 30 pounds of food. That would be the food bank. And all the states pretty much have the number. I was watching the governor of New York today, and their number is 311. Here it is 211. And if you and your family need food, you can call them, and they will direct you to the place where you need to go. That's how I got this cheese. And when they gave me this cheese, they gave me a box, and it was actually 30 pounds of food. So I assume that would be for everyone in the family. Don't let people, you know, shame you into sitting in your house with no food. First of all, I think that's a rotten thing to do to somebody, you know. If I hadn't gotten well and I hadn't gone and gotten that food, I don't even want to think about it. I really don't. So, okay, the cheese will melt in a minute. So this is the mint tea. And today I went shopping and I was able to get some molasses. There was only 3, so I just bought 1. And then I got 2 packages of shredded coconut, and I'm making a dessert pretty soon with one of them. That was that, you know, before you could walk into the store, oh, I need coconut, there's coconut. Now, not so much. It's really kind of scary. So, I would say stock up as much as you can and don't let anyone prevent you from doing that. Okay, so now why I wanted to make this is because I have a little bowl of Rotel tomatoes that I ground. Sometimes I use this in, you know, for tacos or salads. But tonight, I want to put it in my macaroni and cheese and make like, you know, I just put, let me show you. I mean, you can do it to your taste. This is going to be good, you guys. So what I'm doing is I'm going around and I'm using up all of my half-eaten packages. About a month ago, if you were following me, I mentioned go through your house and get all your half-eaten packages together and then eat those down. Okay, I want to show you something. I have 2 boxes, big boxes of half-eaten packages, and then I move the stuff into this little box. And you know, I have some noodles, but I really wanted macaroni and cheese. I have some potatoes that need to be eaten. I have some crackers with peanut butter. I have some rice. I have some of those alphabet noodles. I have 2 packages of black beans. I have some cornmeal. And today I made some lima bean soup because I'm making soup and bread. And this is some textured soy. So I want to use this up as soon as I can, you know, day by day. If I don't feel like eating it, however, I just won't have half-eaten packages that day. Ooh, my macaroni and cheese is looking good. Look. And it's dirt cheap. That's the idea. And so from Dollar Tree, where is it? I bought, I think this is about 2 pounds of pasta. And I always used to wonder, why do the preppers always say, buy pasta, buy pasta? Well, this is going to be a lot more food than one hamburger. So you want to start thinking about that. So I want to put my macaroni in my pasta. And so this is going to make enough pasta for at least 2 or maybe longer, more days. So I'm using up my salsa, I'm using up my, I'm using up my cheese. My hamburger was just one 50-cent hamburger. And this is much better than Hamburger Helper, you guys. You could put more cheese in it, but I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest conserving all of your resources. Now, I also made Aunt Nancy's lima bean soup because I'm using up this little bag of lima beans in my bag. And I still have about 1 cup left. Lima beans are big, so, and this was good. This is what I had for lunch. And I still have a little soup from yesterday. Here's the lima bean, Aunt Nancy's lima bean soup. And I'll tell you how I made it. This is one of my better recipes. Wash your lima beans good and cover them with water and boil them. When they come to a boil, cover for an hour, drain off the water, and then you start the lima beans. And so I just put, I had a couple pieces of bacon, and then I had the small bag of lima beans, and I put onions, potatoes, and carrots. So now here's the lima bean, Aunt Nancy's lima bean recipe. And when it was all done, I poured some powdered milk and a little pat of butter, which I should have written. Okay, so that was, and then the reason I needed the coconut is because I have plans for making granola. I want to get as many recipes in my videos as I can. One of the channels was gone, came back, so that was good. That's upsetting when people's channels that you subscribe to are gone. You go, wow, what happened? So you just need butter, 1 cube butter, 2 cups honey. I don't make that much. I'll be making just about 2 cups because I'm making my food by the day. I don't want leftovers. I want to eat all that and then I want to make something else. 1½ cup, 3/4 cup box of oatmeal, coconut, wheat germ, cinnamon, nuts, and raisins. And I have some raisins in my freezer that I want to use up. Okay, so food by the day. That is the goal. So there was bread. I think I'm leaving the starter for now, and I posted a good video on my Twitter, and it was one of the followers gave us a soda bread recipe. The thing about the starter is it attracted a few insects, small ones, but I can't have any insects in here with my food. That's dangerous. So I'm just going to go to soda bread, and it turns out every time. Okay. So the food by the day are bread, make a little loaf of bread and then eat it up, yogurt, soup, and granola. If you make it by the day, your food is fresher, higher quality because you know what's in it, no wasting, lower cost, and safer because your hands are the only hands that have touched it. A lot of people are getting fed up with this isolation, and I really understand that. I'm sick of it myself. But today we had protests in San Diego, one at the Hall of Justice and one at Balboa Park. And I can really understand it, but this is upsetting too. A lot of people are saying there's no COVID virus. You guys, there is a COVID virus, and it is dangerous. And fortunately for us, the government decided to take the hit economically. Lives, thousands and thousands of lives have been saved. It's awful. In Wuhan, they have, you know, aerial shots of burning, which was the bodies. So what I think is really going on, okay, there's a lot of crazy stuff. You know, there's no virus. Yeah, there is a virus. There's nothing to be worried. On social media, I saw the protesters and crowds of bigger than 10 with no masks. I thought, you guys must have a damn suicide wish. So what I think is there's a deadly virus, and this is what I think. Okay, by isolating, self-isolating, we're sequestering the people with the coronavirus, and we're just having spikes of 2 or 3 or a few, because the people who are in close contact with the viral infections are giving it to the family members. So they can tell where the virus is coming from. But if you move into a big crowd, then you'd have no idea, and you cannot control it. It's very dangerous. Also, there was mention on the social media that the second wave has started in China, and that seems about right. And we're following them in about 3 months. So we have to be very, very careful. We cannot let up. The other thing I think is going on is the grand solar minimum. Otherwise, a mini ice age, which causes all kinds of rain, all kinds of trouble, heavy snow, floods, cold. For all we know, the chickens got too cold. It's hard to say. I think they got infected with the coronavirus in the plant. And so there has been some mention of the alien agenda. Okay, I've actually covered aliens a lot myself. You guys have seen me. Never once did I say the aliens are coming. I said there's a possibility that aliens exist, and there's a possibility that aliens are not the same thing as demons. As for the alien agenda, I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is a deadly virus and the grand solar minimum. If there are aliens, most likely they've been here for a long time. They didn't just jet in from the solar system. They've been here the whole time. They have never actually done us any harm, and I don't think it's their intention to issue in transhumanism. But I think that's the least of our problems. Our problems is to stay safe. Now, a big danger is food shortage. So if you don't have much money, you want to get some cheap meals so you know you can survive. Soup and bread, macaroni and cheese with a little meat is cheap. And so now, this is good. Mexican cheeseburger, macaroni and cheese. Okay, so what I like to put on the top of it is a little dill pickles. A little pepper and a little salt is good. So this is a really cheap meal. It really is. And you know, you can have macaroni and cheese. You can have Mexican cheeseburger macaroni. You can have you know, all kinds of pasta stuff. And it's cheap. Take a look at this. Here's my Mexican macaroni and cheese. Cheeseburger, macaroni and cheese. Okay, so now for my dessert, I made yogurt yesterday. And I made it out of 1 vanilla yogurt, and the recipe is on my Twitter. And so I want to put it in my cute little amber glass. This is so easy to make. I've made it so many times. And yogurt is one of those things, when I get down to about 1 cup, then I need to make more yogurt. I can use my yogurt as a starter. I could use the sourdough starter as well in a pinch if I have to. But I think I prefer, I have to freeze these bananas tonight. I think I prefer the soda bread. Go to my Twitter. Just a few bananas. That's why my plants aren't in here. They attracted a few insects. I cannot have insects in here. You know, I don't want to lose my food. And then, you know, I'll put, I mainly bought this coconut for my granola. I'll probably make it tomorrow, we'll see. I have lots of boxes of cereal, so there's no big hurry for me to make the granola. The granola, though, would have been good on top of my yogurt. So, and here is Aunt Nancy's. I cooked it down. All I have to do is add some water. Okay, you guys, if you need food, call 211. Go to the welfare department. Call the churches. Call them all. If you need to leave town, do what you need to do and load your house full of food as much as you can. And then in the meantime, buy cheap food. This is dirt cheap, but I can stand it for now. Okay, you guys, please. And as for the aliens, that is not the primary problem. There has been some talk of alien invasion since War of the Worlds. So I would say don't do anything drastic. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.